Yes, yes. Good to be with you, Christina.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you on the show. I wish I had just a whole hour to have you to myself to just go over some of my own personal issues that I'm dealing with myself because I'm just as wounded and broken as most of the listeners probably that are either joining us live on Radio Maria Chicago or that watch to the uploaded. We get several thousand actually on Gloria TV that tune in and comment and are also linked to my blog and some podcasting that are actually downloaded through iTunes. So I literally have so many audiences, Sue, that we're going to be actually the way in which I utilize this show is I try to make it available via internet to as many different audiences as possible. So
Wonderful.
yeah, and I think they're the ones that are we're all in need, but I think you can I don't even know where to start. I have so much I want to talk to you about. So I do want to say this. You told me that you have a plan. What do you feel called to do right now? Because I don't want this to be about your father's work, because you've
hmm
claimed and started developing your own way to address this wounded culture, right?
Well, right now, what I've been doing is obviously for the past 25 years since I got my degree, I've been mainly in private practice. I have worked inpatient for a number of years in a Christian psychiatric program, which was really very helpful and educational for me. And I'd like to see something like that happen again, like a residential program for people who are very wounded and perhaps oftentimes feel labeled. But right now, I'm just in private practice. I would like to, and what I'm starting to do is train therapists who are interested in the type of therapy that I do. We call it affirmation therapy. I am sort of considering whether the name should be changed simply because of the bad connotations with the word affirmation these days. Sometimes it's sort of a new age thing, or just maybe sort of like a little technique that people use to help them change their attitude towards things. But it's a much more profound way of approaching a person in therapy to help them, or a family in therapy, because it's really founded on the psychology and the anthropology of St. Thomas Aquinas. And so what I'd like to do in the future is do more training of therapists and, do more speaking, although I think as I've done a lot of public speaking especially about the last 12 years or so. And what I've found in that time is that as people hear me talk about these things and this approach to therapy and to healing, is that they're looking for therapists who integrate this into their practice. And so there's only probably about a couple handfuls of people that do that
Hmm.
and that have any knowledge of it. So I'd really like to do some more training and education of people.
Oh, and that's a
And
travesty.
I'd also like to see, and I think when we talked before, what I'd really like to see is that there's a less need in the world for this kind of therapy, because the affirmation, the real affirming presence, is being practiced in the home and in the workplace. That it's not